So students, in this video I'm going to discuss the do while loop. And students, do while loop, I have purposely written this D capital and W capital of do and while respectively. So correct one is the do with all small letters and while with all small letters. And this is a very unique loop because it is terminated with a semicolon. Okay, so let me write the syntax for you first. Do curly braces, then we write while, and here we write test expression. All right, and terminated by a semicolon. Now every loop consists of initialization, expression, then there is loop body, and after that update expression, inside the loop body. Just like while loop, update expression is inside the loop body. So before learning students do while loop, one must see my videos of for loop and the while loop. Then you will be able to understand it better. But still, if you have not seen that, so let me explain you with an example. Let me tell you, the loop is all about repetition or iteration. All right. So here students, suppose I want to print somebody's name. Suppose name is XYZ. All right, this has to be printed, say 5 times. The moment I say times, you get to know that the problem has connection with the loop, or it can be done using the loop, because repetition is involved. What is involved? Repetition is involved. Please take care of that. Okay. Now how to deal with it? First time I will write XYZ. Second time I will write XYZ. Third time XYZ is printed. Fourth time XYZ is printed. And I keep an eye on the value 5. Because we see the moment 5 is crossed, we have to stop. Because up to 5 we have to go. I'm writing it here, up to 5. That means less than either or equal to 5. You can see 1 less than 5, 2 less than 5, 3 less than 5, 4 less than 5. Now fifth time XYZ, so it is not less than but it is equal to. So we need to count. Suppose you are normally doing a process, so you always count on your fingers. But in the programming, there is a solution in the form of a variable, and that variable can have all these values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at different times. And this variable will be known as counter, or we call it loop variable. What do we call it? Loop variable. I hope students you are getting a clear idea of it. That's very good. Now students, when I say counter or loop variable and it keeps track of this, so I need to initialize it from somewhere. So that is actually the initialization expression. So here if I take a loop variable counter, for counter suppose I use C, and it is going to have integer value I and T. So it will be given initial value 1 because it is 1 here. Okay. Then I said it has to be up to 5. So this is the test expression students. So the process will continue when the C is either less than or equal to 5. So this is initialization. All right. This is test. And I need to update that as well. So I have to write C++. Okay, increasing by 1. Because in this case it is being increased, so it is C++. If it is 5 to 1, then it will be C minus minus. As simple as that. So 3 very important thing, initialization test, and this is update expression, which will be inside the do while loop. And all these things are being performed upon this variable, which is called counter. So this is fourth thing, and this is loop body. Loop body contains the main process which is to be performed again and again. That is the significance of having a loop body. Now students, I want to print this number. So I'm just going for the example now. Class show public void, say call it perform, and instead of going up to 5, I make it n. Any number which you pass, that will be the limit of this series, what is here, which is here. Now I have to initialize, so int c equals to 1. Okay. Now after that I write while do, and then loop body has system.out.println. What to write here? C. So 1 will be printed here. Okay. Now it has to be increased by 1. So this is update. So initialization, update is here. Now where is the test? Test will be written inside the while. So it will be c less than equal to what? N, because n is the limit. Here it was 5 because we were going up to 5. Now this time if I am going to up to n, means 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, up to n. So for that purpose I have taken the value n over there. Okay. So printing has been done and loop is also over here. Then we can close the function and then finally the class is over. Okay. Now students, you may notice one thing. Suppose I write value 20 here and n I have given say 10. And loop works only when c is less than equal to n. So n is 10, and when c reaches 10, right, before that the value of c is already what? I said 20. So that means that condition is false because it says 20 less than equal to 10. Not possible. So even then it is false. Even then it will work one time. Why? Because it is exit control loop. It is being checked when the control is coming out of the loop. That is why it is called exit control loop. I have written this term here, exit control loop, because while exiting it is checking the condition. Alright, so this is a very unique loop and it is quite useful in the program where we have to write a program which is menu driven. Alright, we'll discuss more example of this students. I hope everybody has the clear idea of do while now. Thanks everyone.